has an ego that is truly functioning. It depends on how you see the word ego. Some see it as pride or arrogance, but that is when it has been twisted. When it's not twisted and it is there the way God created you to use it, then your self-esteem comes into play. And you will play the proper role of the man, God's representative, Christ's representative in the home, in the right way. But some who are not using it in the right way, when she puts the food on the table, he will say, why is this meat so small? Am I right?
Yes.
The fish is even tasting bad. Where did you buy your own? You didn't put any money down. And he's commanding. There are some women who disrespect their husbands for various reasons. And we'll mention some. We can't mention all of them. They earn more money than their husbands. And because of that, some of them have a chip on their shoulders. How much is he earning? Can he talk? What's he doing with the little he's earning? In fact, he doesn't even leave the house. Some are from wealthier backgrounds. And because of it, they talk to their husbands in a snobbish manner. Some are more exposed to higher education than the husband. Maybe the husband didn't even go to school at all. Or maybe he's an artisan and she's a university graduate. And she, because of her education, she doesn't think it necessary to submit to her husband just because she's more educated than him. I don't know where that is written in the Bible though. Yeah. Some because they're older than the man. And you'll be like, look who's talking. I'm much older than you. Who's your mate? As if she didn't know that he was younger before she said, I do. And there are some who are actually physically bigger than their husbands. Because there are some men who like big women. They are chocolate like this, but they want a big woman. Because it makes them feel good. Women, their heights are not the type they are looking for. No. Still the ego come into play. They want a woman. People will say, you try. And when they are alone, and it's mating time, that's when you start hearing, move further down, move further down, move down, move down. He's commanding. Why didn't you look for your size in the first place? Praise the Lord. They have become the breadwinner. And they want to lord it over their husband. Just because maybe the guy lost his job. Instead of being in it with them through thick and thin as they promised, for better, for worse, that's when they start lording it over him. The husband has an inferiority complex. Some husbands have inferiority complex for the woman, for one reason or the other, whatever it may be. And then this guy is lazy. And she thinks that because he's lazy, this marriage has to end. I didn't know he was lazy. He was pretending when we were courting. We would have thought that he'll be the first to go out of the house to go and look for a job. And there are those men who also pretend as if they have a job when they are courting you. Whatever situation that a woman finds herself, considering the fact that you have said, I do, I am willing, I love you, then you're supposed to make it work. You have to make your marriage work. It's a consistent duty. Something you have to do daily. It's not something you do today and you don't do tomorrow, thinking that what you did yesterday will make tomorrow work. No. Every day, you have to be putting in something into your marriage. You are oiling the wheel so that it doesn't get stuck, so that you can enjoy your marriage. Such women try to seek equal rights with their husbands, and if they don't have their way, out they go. They pack their bags and baggages. They can't deal with it. It's too much trouble as far as they're concerned. So they get out of the relationship. I'd like to speak to the married women here today and the single women who are looking for life partners. As a woman, you need to realize that your husband was not made for you. God made you for your husband as his helper, comparable, equally, you're both equal in the sight of God. But he created you to be his helpmate. Without you, the man really cannot exist to flourish according to the design of God. That's why some people say, they are the heads and the women are the necks without the... Can you imagine my head without a neck? And my head is now plunked on my shoulders. Something would be missing, right? Yes. In likewise manner, the woman would be missing. If a man was to be on his own, claiming to be married, or two men are married, claiming to, or shall I say married in quotes, that was not God's design for marriage. Because something is missing. All the virtues that God put into the woman is missing from that second man. So that can't work. No man can on his own give birth to children. So God didn't design it like that. When God created the woman, he created her with everything that the man would need to be able to excel and for any marriage to be able to prosper. If we look at Genesis 2:18, it says, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. So that it is not good for a man to be alone. That he said he would make him a helper. If he thought that he could do it on his own, then he wouldn't have created the woman. And then there wouldn't be any issues about a man marrying a man or a woman marrying a woman. The world wouldn't be frowning at it. So, God created the woman. God favored Adam by creating a wife for him, obviously considering it to be a good thing. So the woman is supposed to be a good thing for a man to live with. As a wife, as a partner, and as a companion. A wife, a partner, and as a companion. To the married women here, there are some questions I'd like to ask you. Listen to all the questions first, and let's hear what you want to see. Does your husband consider you a good thing? Or maybe we should be asking for a show of hands. Yes. Does your husband consider you to be a good thing? Yes. Does he regard you as a blessing in his life? Yes. Does he? Yes. These are questions we should ask.